Good afternoon, everyone. I'm C. Abhishek Kothari. I will be moderator for this webinar. We are delighted to welcome you all in this webinar being organized by Continuing Professional Education Committee of ICAR. It is my pleasure to be moderator for the webinar on opportunities in outsourcing and MSMEs growth for the Indian economy. In a short while, we will start the webinar. First, I would like to apprise you about CPE committee. The role of chartered accountant is evolving continuously to accept newer responsibilities in a dynamic global environment. The future of CA profession depends on being flexible and open to innovation. Therefore, the need of the hour is to innovate as per the requisites of the contemporary business environment and accordingly upgrade the curriculum and education system of accountancy course. The committee also believes that members of ICI should look beyond the traditional areas of practice and seek and explore new areas of business and profession. Hence, the CP committee is mentoring the members by providing guidance through various workshops, seminars, national conferences, background materials, etc. And simultaneously by encouraging young and dynamic professionals to grow as a speaker, master of ceremonies, etc. in CP programs. The program for evening is as follows. We will have two sessions of 1 hour each. First session will be on outsourcing opportunities and second session will be on MSMEs, catalyst of growth for Indian economy. So before we begin with our first session, I would like to give short introduction of our chairman of the committee, CCM CA Purushottam Khandelwar sir. He is the chairman of CPEC and convener of RBI Directorate of ICI. He is having 25 years post-qualification experience in the field of audit, direct tax and indirect tax, and intellectual property rights. This year, he is devoted to fortifying CPE framework and guaranteeing quality across its entire operational spectrum. And this year, major focus will be on upgrading of CPE portal for enhancement of the branding and professional competency of member. Over to you, sir, for your views.
Abhishek ji, Gyan sir is here. Ask respected Gyan sir. Introduce Vice Chairman sir.
Sure, sir.
Sir. Abhishek bhai, we need that any introduction. Thank you for your precious words. And with the permission of Chairman sir,
Yes,
I'll speak few moments. So good afternoon, one and all. Respected Khandelwal ji, Honorable Chairman of the CPE committee, two distinguished speaker, Nitesh Gupta ji, my good friend from Agra, and Uday ji from Ahmedabad, program moderator Abhishek ji, and the secretary of the committee Ajitnath Tiwari ji and his entire team, and most importantly, all the respected members who have joined this virtual program across country. Good afternoon to one and all. Friends, we all understand that the country is moving at very fast, and in this changing scenario, there are a lot of opportunities which we people don't know, or even if I know, we are not able to explore that. And for this purpose, today's webinar has been organized. Two new areas with respect to the outsourcing and MSME, in which the chartered accountants can search some opportunities to the new area of practice that have been organized today. Both the speakers are excellent, and I'm sure about it that today we shall have lot of takeaways to our home. And we all know that the traditional practices with respect to the compliances are getting deteriorated day by day because of the artificial intelligence being used by the government of India, or I will say at the global platform. So we have to explore newer opportunities. And in these newer opportunities, these two areas are certainly of utmost importance. I'm sure that we shall have a great learning from these two speakers. One more important thing that I would like to share with you, the time has come when we have to come for the networking, for the multidisciplinary firms, and we have to make ourselves big. Now the proprietorship firms and partnership firms having, single proprietor or having 1-2 partners, they have to take new arena of the networking and MDP in coming time. So you please think over this also. ICI has come up with aggregation of the firms, a new committee, and we are expecting that very soon certain guidelines and regulations with respect to the networking shall be launched again, and policies with respect to the aggregation of the firm shall come soon before the members at large of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. I'll not take much time since Chairman Sir is here, so we will listen to him, and we shall certainly, take away lot of important things today to our office, to our home, and this new key areas of practice certainly benefit us in our professional and personal career as well. Thank you very much, Chairman Sir, and both the speakers, moderators, and as secretary of the committee. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, respected Vice Chairman of and my dear friend Gyan Misra ji, who is doing a wonderful job at ICI. He is heading the Valuation and Insolvency Bankruptcy Board, doing a lot of programs. Just in the last week, they have organized one-day conference at Ahmedabad, which is chaired by the vice chairman of the board, but the chief guest was the NCLT judge. He was so happy, Gyan bhai, and he appraised about the activity of the board. Learned faculty of this two technical session, Uday Ranpraji, who is the role model for Ahmedabad chartered accountants, done a lot of work in outsourcing, and he established themselves in the outsourcing industries. Another learned faculty, Nitesh Gupta ji, who's from Agra, they will appraise about the MSME. Moderator of this program and chairman of Jalgaon branch of Maharashtra. Aaj Happy Maharashtra Day. Today, Gujarat and Maharashtra both are celebrating their day of establishment. Secretary of the CPE committee, Ajit Nathji Tiwari. So today is a holiday in Gujarat and Maharashtra. No banking or working anything. So we are at office only. The topic which is selected today is certainly very, very important for the young professional who always ready to accept a new challenges. They are just, I heard Uday bhai before few days in Ahmedabad, and the all auditorium are jam-packed. The new chartered accountant who want to make a career in outsourcing certainly will be benefited by the what the Uday bhai is going to ask you. MSME industry is another big industries, and the how chartered accountant can catalyze a need of MSME. So the both topic is very important. Before these two topic, latest development in ICI, one is this year they have made a committee of AI in ICI. It's a very important committee, artificial intelligence. They are coming with the tools for members as well as students. For members, they are coming with the tools that will help you. Suppose you want to draft an appeal for GST or you want to draft an appeal for income tax. If you are giving fact to the chat GPT, the whole appeal will be drafted with the citation and the relevant section. Same for students, which trend is going on, which question frequently coming the exam, so they will certainly head to the student also. Last year, a council has given a consent for the new 8 COE. Currently, we are in a 2 COE, and we are going to 8 new more COE across the India, where the members come and do the research work. We will establish that the high class of the technical lab, all these faculty, wardens, residential course. So it will be certainly help to the members. I will not take much of time to learned faculties here. I hand over charge to the Abhishek Kothari ji. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. As rightly said by rightly emphasized by our chairman sir and vice chairman sir, this is a sunrise area. The outsourcing in opportunities in outsourcing is a sunrise area for the members. So let's hear it from the man who has already done it. C. Uday Ranpara sir. He has 20 plus years of experience in industry. He has been working in outsourcing since 2013. He has been a visiting faculties in the premier management institutes like IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Nagpur, and IIM Lucknow. So over to you, sir, for your session.
Thank you so much, Abhishek. Thank you, Purushottam ji, for inviting me for this session. Thank you, Ajit ji. Thank you, Gyan ji, and my co-faculty today, Nitesh ji. Let me
I
start my
will
session. Yeah, yeah,
I
Abhishek.
will like to inform. Currently, we have around 90 plus members viewing this session concurrently, and more than 430 registration have been already done.
Awesome, awesome.
So,
I just
yes,
want to ask you
over to you.
one thing, Abhishek ji. Definitely for next half an hour, it will be my solo
Sure, sir.
speech. Do we have
Yes,
a open question answer session? I mean, can we
sir.
have?
In the end, we will be taking questions.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Thank you so
Yes.
much. So let me start. Thank you, friends. Thank you for joining, and thanks everyone who has taken out time for this session. Outsourcing, as of today, is gaining a lot of momentum in the field of accountancy, in the field of tax, in the field of, I mean, most of the chartered accountants are moving towards this field in two different aspects. One, who wants employment in this field, and second, who wants to be entrepreneurs. That means those who are looking outsourcing as a opportunity to grow their practice, CA practice, like an entrepreneur, like what we did. So I would like to motivate them. I would like to say that exactly the same thought we had in 2005, me and my partner Vijay Zinzuwadia. So I'll just start my session with a small story that how we started this and how we made it a 500 employee company today in 2024. So it all started in 2000. Rather, I'll further go back in 1998. Zinzuwadia and Company, our chartered accountancy firm, was established by Vijay Zinzuwadia, and I joined him in 2005. I earlier, from 2003 to 2005, I was working with Johnson and Johnson as a manager accounts, and after 2 years, I realized that no, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to be in industry, and I want to do something different. And I thought that my soul's calling is all about education. So I wanted to teach. So that brought me back to Ahmedabad from Mumbai, and I started my career as a faculty in one of the commerce colleges, New LG Commerce College. With that, I started my practice with Vijesh in Zinzuade and Company. I became a partner. I took my COP, and that's how our journey started. In 2006, we decided that what beyond practice? Practice, we have lots and lots of competition, and practice is all about accounting. We are doing auditing, we are doing consultancy, but what next? So we thought, why don't we start guiding, why don't we start catering to international clients? And that's where we started our international practice, wherein we were helping UK based or US based companies to establish themselves in India. So that was our first step in that. By 2006, we started getting the inquiries wherein people started asking about, can you manage our bookkeeping, and when can you manage our accounting and taxes from India? And that's where we decided that, oh yeah, that's very much manageable, and we started that division. We were not even aware that that is called outsourcing at that point of time. So within our company, we started a new division which is called our KPO, our own KPO in 2006, which converted into a full-fledged company in 2013. And now into 2024, we are catering to US, UK, Australia, Canada, and Middle East from those companies. So Unison Globus and Intro Global. Intro Global takes care of UK and Australia, and Unison Globus takes care of US and Canada. So that's how we established these companies from one client to today many clients, and having total the strength of 500 employees working with us, and throughout, I mean, in all over India. We have people working with us from Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Delhi, Ahmedabad. Definitely, Ahmedabad is our hub, so it has majority of the staff. Hyderabad, Surat, and Baroda. And now, friends, those who are planning to enter into this field, always there is one question which comes to our mind, and that is, what is the difference between outsourcing and offshoring? So first, I would like to cater to that question. What is outsourcing? What is offshoring? So when we talk about outsourcing, the concept of outsourcing has been there since ages. Something which you want to do for yourself, but you are letting others to do on your behalf, that's called outsourcing. A very simple example of it is a cook at your home. What are you doing? You have to cook food for you, but you feel that no, I want to invest my time somewhere else. I want this particular task to be handled by somebody else, and you have hired a cook, and this cook is cooking for you. Now we call it outsourcing. Further, a maid working at your home, what is he doing? Cleaning, dusting, washing utensils is nothing but that actually is your responsibility, but you have outsourced it to someone. Now that is what is our the whole outsourcing concept is. But it is further broken into outsourcing and offshoring. Offshoring is a term which we normally use when we have establishment in foreign country like US or UK or Australia or Canada or anywhere, and we wanted that our employees should also be there sitting in India and working for us. So they open up their own office and they hire people here. We call it offshoring. So your own business, you are just extending that to India. That's offshoring. Outsourcing, your business is there in US. You want somebody to help you from other country like India, and you find out somebody like us or like any other company who is giving outsourcing services, and you get into contract with them to work for them. That exactly is called outsourcing. So the difference between offshoring and outsourcing, big fours, EY, KPMG, PwC, everyone has their own offices in India. We call it offshoring offices. But XYZ CPA, when they give work to Unison Globus in India, that's called outsourcing because they are getting into contract with some other company. So there are two separate legal entities, but at the same time, they're not related to each other and they are just getting into contract. That's what we call outsourcing. So these two concepts of outsourcing and offshoring are very famous as of now in the current market. Both are going very good, and people have lots and lots of opportunities in that. Further taking it ahead, that yes, we have outsourcing market also and we have offshoring market also. So I'm sure people attending this might be, few of us might be having the question that we want, as a fresh chartered accountant, we want to enter into this field as an employee. Guide us what to do, what not to do, what qualifications we should have, what are the steps to get into that. And on the other side, we have chartered accountants sitting here who wants to start their own outsourcing hub to provide services to others. What to do, what not to do, what qualifications are required, and how to start it. I'm assuming these are the questions which our team might be having at this point of time. So I'll take one by one. First, we will take from the chartered accountant's perspective that how can we increase the horizon of our practice by bringing in outsourcing into the bucket of the services what we are providing. Question number one: do we need to be qualified CPAs or EAs or chartered accountants? I mean, from UK side chartered accountant, from US side CPA, from Australian side CPA. Do we need some specific qualification for that? And friends, my answer is, when you're thinking for outsourcing as a business, co- consider that to be as a business, and there we don't require any of the qualifications. But what we require is to hire the right people in our team who might be having these qualifications when we offer the services to our counterparts, the CPAs or chartered accountants in other countries. What are the qualifications we have in US or in UK? In UK, we know that it's like ACCA based chartered accountancy. In US, we have CPA or EA. EA, what is EA? Normally, this question comes in our conferences. EA is enrolled agent. So it is very much like a tax consultant in India. So we have a chartered accountant and we have tax consultants. Similarly, in US also they have CPAs. So CPA is having utmost qualification who can act as a tax representative as well as who can sign the audit reports within the states where they are licensed. When you talk about EA, they are called enrolled agent. So enrolled agent can only act as or can only represent themselves in front of the tax authorities. That is like IRS. We have income tax department here in India, like that we have IRS in US. So they can represent everything from bottom till top, everything in front of IRS. So they are considered to be tax consultants of US. So you can take either EA qualification or CPA qualification. CPA is a little bit longer and little bit more expensive because the total expense comes around 5 to 6 lakh rupees once you complete CPA, wherein within 1 lakh you can become EA enrolled agent and you can practice for tax. Then the question comes, what kind of work normally comes to India? Are they giving consultancy work? So my answer is to it is no. Their basic concentration to give the work here in India is all about commoditized work, which they want to get rid of because the basic part of consultancy, talking to the client, the CPS would want to keep it with them. So bookkeeping, accounting, preparation of their taxes, apart from consultancy, everything comes to India. So India as of now is hub for outsourcing as far as accounting and tax is concerned. When it comes to other aspects like marketing and business development, all these are more happening in places like Indonesia, places like Vietnam, places like Sri Lanka, where they have good language, command over the language, but they don't have much technical knowledge. So India is very superior as far as accounting and tax knowledge is concerned. Friends, jokingly, I always say that anybody who gets stuck in chartered accountant's course and who's not able to clear any of the papers in CA, I'm very much sure that in first attempt they can clear CPA exams. So Indian chartered accountants are unique. Trust me, whatever I have seen, UK chartered accountants, that is from ACCA and US CPAs or US EAs, Indian chartered accountants are amazing, are above all of them because the kind of rigorous course what we have, the kind of trainings what we go through, the kind of labor we do, kind of hard work we do is phenomenal. It's exceptional. So no other course which I have seen. I'm UK IFRS certified person and US CPA qualified. I've done all these courses, but trust me, nothing is was as difficult as chartered accountancy. So Indian CA can do anything. I mean, it's cakewalk for them. And I have been in academics, so I know that my students who were not able to clear chartered accountancy, not even intermediate, and that too I'm talking about the students who joined after BCom. You know, like people who come after 12th, they have more probability of clearing CA. Direct entry batch, which comes after BCom, we call them direct entry. Those who were directly taken into intermediate course, people who are not able to do that, not even able to clear one subject. I've seen 5 to 10 such examples in Ahmedabad. They left CA and they become CPA in first attempt. So I'm sure you can judge by this that how difficult CPA is. It's just clearing 4 papers and then giving one ethics exam and taking the license. So what are the scopes? Yes, you can think of taking or starting up your own outsourcing company. Number two, you can think of starting your career within any of the existing outsourcing companies, which are many in India as of now. Again, there are two type of them. I'll discuss about that later. And number three, you can start your own CPA practice sitting in India. Now, often this question comes to me, and that is, can we do CPA practice if we are in India, or we have to be stationed in US to do the practice. Friends, as far as the consultancy practice is concerned, as far as the tax practice is concerned, and even signing audit report is concerned, you can very well do that from sitting in India. I'm not saying, I'm not bluffing, because we are doing it. So I'm saying from my first hand experience that everything can be done from India. Is it possible? Yes. Don't they have this rule that like we have in India, that you have to be in India to become an Indian chartered accountant and to take COP? No, friends. There the requirement is you just need to be a licensed CPA. But you have to be licensed from that particular state in which you are signing the audit report. And this is only for signing the audit report. If you want to do tax practice, you can take your license from any state out of 52 states, and you can practice sitting in India. How do we communicate with clients? Fortunately, it's a very good thing that US, Australia, UK people are more email savvy people. So they're, unlike India, in India we know that the culture is like our clients will call us and they would want us to meet. Either they will come to our office or they'll call us to their office. In these countries, it's nothing like that. Nobody has time to do that. Nobody wants to travel. They just want that everything will be coming on your email. They'll ask the queries on the email, they'll send their documents on the email, and you just fulfill everything online, and you send the final copy to that on online. They'll approve it, and things are done. Unless and until they want some specific consultancy for which, mark my words, for which they are charged extra, and that to premium, to meet in person. So unlike in India, in US the best part is, if you want to come in person and meet, it has a premium charges. If you're doing everything online, it has basic charges. So for example, if I'm charging you $500 just to do everything online, if you want to come in person and meet me, it will be $1,000. So that motivates them, that, oh, let us finish everything online, let us ask all the questions online, and we don't want to go and meet it. And here in India, we always think that, oh, it's better to meet people, and that will increase our bonding with them, and that will increase our work. But that's something very unique which we learned from that market after doing the business with them, that that's really good, because their CPAs and EAs, they're valuing their time, that if I'm giving you 1 minute of mine, I'll charge for it. Purushottam Bhai will agree to me on that, that we chartered accountants, we need to inculcate this particular habit and practice in our practice. So friends, the first question which I answered, that was offshoring and what is outsourcing. Next, what I think people want to know, that how to enter into this industry. What are the skill set needed? So as I said, either CPA or EA, as far as the qualifications are concerned, you need to know softwares like QuickBook, which is often used in this, Zero, very often used softwares for accounting. As far as text is concerned, in text there are lots and lots of softwares, but the basic to start with is Drake. Like we have Lessert in India, we have Drake in US. So Drake is a very well known and very popular software for taxes, and that's what most of them are using. Is it difficult for chartered accountants to get into the practice of US? No, friends, it's not at all difficult. As far as there are, I normally say that there are only two things needed to start any practice. Number one, for me, number one comes your employee, who technically knows what to do and what not to do. So number one is employee, and number two is client. If you have these two things are very simple and very easy. After that, it is all about management. So being a chartered accountant, I want to start a international practice. Is it possible? Yes, it is very much possible. What I need, you need the right employees and clients. Now comes the biggest catch. We don't know who's the right employee. How do we hire a right employee? Because I don't have technical knowledge. Then how can I interview somebody who's having the right knowledge? My answer to it is, I'm saying everything from my own personal experience, and that is, you trust somebody who's having good number of years of experience in that particular territory. You trust them, and then it is something like trial and error. So your first employee is always going to be trial and error. But once you have the right ones with you, eventually that builds the team. And then comes a $1 million question, which everybody would want to know. And that is, okay, we have got our employee and we have got our team. We have the right composition of the team also. How to get clients? What are the different ways we can try to get clients? Because that's where we are stuck. Because we are sitting here in India, and how can we get client of UK or US or Australia or Canada? Is it easy? And the answer is nothing is easy. But friends, trust me that as much you are working hard to get a client in India, getting a client of US, UK, Australia is equally difficult, but not more difficult than that. So the question comes, what do you do here in India? Number one, our institute does not allow us to market. Good. But in US, there is no restriction on marketing. Even an outsourcer or a CPA or EA, anybody can market as much they want. Only they cannot do fake marketing. That means they cannot say that I'll get you 100% refund of all your claims. No, you cannot do that. That's a wrong statement. But you can always do that. We are providing the services, and come and get your work done at $8, at $5, at $4. You do whatever you want. There is nothing like you cannot do undercutting, or there is nothing like you cannot do marketing. So it's easy to get into that market. What are the sources? Can we use something like WeWork or Bark or such websites where you bid for the work and you get the work? My answer to it is don't. You need to decide that you want a small chunk of work, like you did one work and that's it, or you want a business to establish. If you want a nice business to establish, and I'm not saying practice and I'm saying business because I'm talking about outsourcing. If you want your business to establish, don't take those shortcuts. What you need to do is, number one, establish your workplace, get your right employees. Third, get the right marketing collaterals. In other words, your offerings. What are the offerings? You mean to say? I mean, number one, what services you are providing. I am providing bookkeeping service. I am providing accounting service. I am providing tech services. So these are your offerings. I am providing audit support services. So these are your offerings. Make a list of them. Tag a price for that. That means I'm providing this at $8 per hour. I'm providing this at $10 per hour. I'm providing this at $15 per hour, whatever. But we don't know how to price it. I'm sure that is something which you have to work on. If you're a starter, just do one thing, do your cost analysis, do a margin of 20% on that, and that's your selling price. And after doing this for few months, you yourself will see your P&L and you'll understand whether you want to increase it or whether you want to decrease it. So that's for the starters. Once you have your collateral, start marketing. And the best way of marketing is being present in the market in which you want to work. When I wanted to work for US market, I personally visited US. I was part of CPA conference. I myself presented my company in that, met different people, interacted with them, where I was completely not aware whether any of them will be converting into clients. And trust me, to my surprise, I would have met 100 people. Out of them, within 2 months, next 2 months after the workshop, after the seminar, I was able to crack 15 into my clients. So that's what my starting journey was. When I landed in US, I had not a single client. When I was in that conference, I had no clients. It was all expense. And it turned out to be blessing that in 2 months of it, I started getting the clients. And once you start giving good services, clients will call for clients and they will recommend you other clients. And then they will guide you that, okay, go to this conference, attend this particular webinar or seminar, and you will get clients. And then it's all about word of mouth and referrals. So that's how the business grows. That's how the business is built up. Uh, Most of the startups ask that, do we need to incur the cost of office, Do we need to buy the office? Do we need to create a space of 50, 100 people? Don't do that, friends. Your initial business, you can start with co-working spaces. These days, in, I don't know about the metros, but in other places, I have seen that places are available within 10,000 per seat cost, which is not much. Invest, hire 4 5 people, and give it a try. Is LinkedIn a good medium to market, and do we get good number of clients through LinkedIn? Once upon a time, it was, the answer was yes. But now what's happening, that every second chartered accountant in our country wants to get into outsourcing. That's not bad. That's good thing, because it's good competition. But everybody is there on LinkedIn. Now, friends, I'm telling you my first-hand experience from my own clients. My clients are saying that they are getting every day 50, 60 request, that is LinkedIn connection request, from India. Who are they? Few are chartered accountants, few are working employees in the company. Like, I have an outsourcing company and I have 500 people. So these 500 people would want to connect with them to ask that if you can directly give us the work. So every day they're getting 50 and 60 such requests. Now what happens? You think from our perspective that every day you are getting 50 calls from insurance company to sell insurance to you. How will you feel? You feel, wow, seems I'm going to die very soon, because so many insurance companies are calling. Or you will feel, or you will, and these insurance companies are selling something for you, for your security. Definitely they are taking premium, but something for you and your family, which is in your benefit. But eventually that is going to torture you, because 50, 60 calls in a day, 50, 60 requests in a day, or 50, 60 emails in a day is torture. And then you will start disliking that. That's what is exactly happening with clients. They are saying that we are getting so many outsourcing inquiries these days on LinkedIn, on email, on promotional emails, that we are completely tired of it. If it is one or two, we will evaluate which is better. But if it is 50, we simply shut it down. And we always think that, okay, somebody who's standing in front of us, whom we trust, is the right person to work with. So what is the main thing what they are looking for? Trust. And trust comes normally when they see you in person and not electronically. So the success story which we have built and I vouch for is, whoever you want to work with, they should see you in person. You should stand in front of them, take their appointment, go there, meet them. For the first time they'll not give work, second time they'll not give work, but third time they'll definitely think this person is too persistent, we must give something to them. One of my client is a very funny story. One of my client, I'm talking about 5 years back, she was running a CPA practice, and we I just connected with her on LinkedIn, and I started interacting with her. And she, in the first instance, she showed the interest that, okay, what are you doing and what. Then I thought that, oh, this is our prospective client, and I kept on emailing her. Then I realized that, oh, this client is not turning up into client. Then I only kept emailing her the updates in the field of CPA, that, this is the new thing which has come, R&D tax credit has come in, or some tax benefits have come in. And she liked it so much that this person is so persistent. And after 3 years, she connected to me and said that, Uday, we want to work with you, not because we want to outsource, but you're so persistent and your emails are so consistently coming. And we are so happy with the kind of content you're sending. That's what made us to think that we want to work with you. Now we don't know what to outsource, how to outsource. You teach us and you tell us how can we start working together. And that's how we entered into that. And eventually today we are in their firm, we are equal partners. So this is how the relationship is built up, and this is how you keep on going into it. There might be senior chartered accountants who are thinking that, oh, for us it is too late to get into this particular field, that we don't have time to do what you did in your struggling phase. So what is there for us now? there is another side of outsourcing which is picking up a lot of pace, and that is acquisition. What is acquisition? So most of the people who are having good amount of investment funds with them, they're acquiring CPA firms in US, because in US there is no such requirement that a CPA firm can be acquired by CPA only. Anybody can acquire a CPA firm. A lot of investment companies like PE funds, they are investing in CPA firms. You must have heard about the latest news a month back, which came that GT Grant Thornton, which is in the list of top five firms, it is at number six. GT was acquired by a PE firm. I think the name was Mountain Capital or something. They acquired GT. So now GT will be working under Mountain Capital. And there are a lot many PE firms which are acquiring different CPA firms. Exactly the same way, we from here, being a chartered accountant, can also acquire a CPA firm and run it from India. Is it possible? Yes. Do we have a success story in that? Yes, because I'm talking from my own personal experiences. I have three CA firms in UK and five CPA firms in US, which we have acquired and we are running from India, and it is going very successful. What is the reason? The basic reason is in US, as of now, every year they need 2 lakh CPAs to qualify and come into the practice. And their enrollment as of now is only between 50,000 to 70,000 people. So the institute, the CPA institute, where they need 2 lakh people every year, the enrollment is 50,000 or 70,000. There is a shortfall of 150,000 every year. That means they need 150,000 more CPAs to work in that industry. Where will they come from? And most of them, as of now, are coming from India. Looking at the success rate, now other countries like Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, China, and Pakistan, they have started marketing these services at a very cheaper rate. Like when we are doing something at $10 and they are doing it at $5. But then the qualification, the kind of technical expertise what we have as an Indian, or rather I'll say as a chartered accountant, is not matchable by any of these countries. They can do simple bookkeeping thing, something which is recurring, and something which is in a loop, or something which has a specific SOPs. But something where we need to apply mind, as of now, India is leading in it. And this is the time to capture. This is the time to encash. This is the time to take the advantage of it, because I'm seeing that 5 years or 10 years down the line, they'll be competing with us neck to neck. They might develop that technical strength, but as of now, they don't have. So this is the time for India. Next, I'm telling you, next 5 years are for India. We Our economy is growing at very fast pace. US economy is growing, but they don't have accountants to work for. When I was attending last year, I was attending a conference there. Out of 120 participants in that particular conference, I would say the average age of people attending that conference was 55. At the age of 43 at that point of time, when I was attending it, I thought that I am the youngest one in the whole lot.
Super.
I asked few of them that what's happening. I mean, why I'm not seeing the young generation here, and they say that no young generation wants to come into accounting. Most of them are having the problem of succession. They don't have a successor. That means they have established something, but they don't know what they will do after 2 years, 3 years, or after when they will not be there. Who will take care of it? So they, most of them say that, oh, we will give it to our employees and they'll take it ahead. Few say that we will sell it off if we will get the right buyer. And few say that, oh, I'll give my clients to my friends who are doing practice, and that's it. That's my retirement plan. So they don't have a succession plan. So that says that there's a huge opportunity there we can enter into. And what we just need is a little bit on the qualification side and little bit on our entrepreneurial side, that we enter into it. I'm sure I have been speaking about it, and if you'll not stop me, I'll keep speaking about it for hours and hours. Uh, but it will be good if, because this is not a technical session wherein I can give you technical knowledge. This is more about the blockages in mind, or the questions in mind which you want which you want answered from someone who has been doing this for last 7 8 years. So friends, I am older than that in this field. Since 2006 we are into this, so now it's like more than a decade. So if you have any questions, please shoot. Abhishek, I'm sorry I'm not asking you, but I'm just asking directly to the participants. If they want to ask anything, they can ask.
Sir, I'll be reading out few questions.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
please.
the first and the most interesting one is: would AI will hit the outsourcing of bookkeeping in next 3 to 5 years time? What do you think about it?
Abhishek, can you please repeat it, because I was not able to get the question.
Would AI hit the outsourcing of bookkeeping in next 3 to 5 years? What do you think about it?
A very good question, Abhishek. I would say, in fact,
This
in my
question
the
is
list of
from
questions in my PPT,
Gordon
I
Bhai.
kept that. I would like to answer this. And AI replace the existing need of humans? And my answer to it is no. Friends, as much automation is increasing in this world, the need for people is increasing day by day. So AI is going to help us. AI is going to back us, but it is not going to replace us. I have been hearing it since 2016. In 2016, my first conference in US, uh, I was attending it, and I attended few of the technological upscalements. The softwares what they had is like, just you go to anywhere and you're doing any expense, and that was getting automatically recorded into software. Say for example, I'm spending 100 rupees on food or my client entertainment, and I'll just say 100 rupees client entertainment, and automatically the software will record it, client entertainment expense debit and my bank account credit. Right, so everything was so much. I thought at that point of time that, oh, it's bookkeeping is gone. Now we will not need anything to punch in. And that's where I realized that when there is AI, when there is software, there are glitches. And that's where you will need more brains to work. Yeah, I fully agree that AI is going to replace the need of humans from base level workers to little bit middle level or higher level worker, but the number of hours needed by humans are going to remain same. Exactly same thing happened in our GST, right? When GST came, our practices reduced or increased, and I would definitely go in the favor of increased and increased manifolds. Yeah, it might happen that few traditional way of practitioners would have lost their clients, and few technologically advanced people would have taken it over, but number of hours have increased, not reduced. Abhishek, I hope that answers the question.
Yes, sir. I'll read the next question. You mentioned about the seminar. So Prashant Vekaria sir has asked, how can we get the information about the seminars or conferences which we should be attending?
Very good question. If you just Google CPA seminars in USA, or chartered accountants seminar in US, or accountants seminar in US, UK, or Australia, you will get list, but you just have to mention accountant seminar in USA 2024, and it will give you the list of whole 2024 webinars or seminars. Very easy.
Okay, okay, sir. One more question
I-
is
Abhishek, just a
regarding,
second. Abhishek, just a second.
yes, sir.
Follow up question. Okay, we will get a list of 100 seminars, but which one to attend? Now that's where comes trial and error. So you can write a personal email to me when you are attending, and you can take my review that, okay, this is good for the status or this is not good for the status. But just as a general view, the seminars which are very big, don't go in that in the earlier years of your career, because things which are very big, in that we become very small, and there are 100 competitors. Try to find out something which are very 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 small groups, like, if 50 people are meeting, your chances of getting client is more than 500 people are meeting. Abhishek, you are mute.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
So can I read the next question, sir?
Yeah, please.
It is regarding fee. How can like how to charge fee? Any specific suggestions? And like, are there any conditions or like what we have minimum scale of recommendation?
I answered that question, that you always take the first step is cost plus 20%. Whenever you are in a service industry, 20% is considered to be um, your reasonable margin. And also take care that the state for which you're working, because like India has metros and then tier 2 cities and then tier 3 cities. Similarly in US or UK also, they have places. You're working for London or you're working for New York, prices, the minimum wages will be starting from say $20 per hour. But if you're working for Colorado or Montana, their minimum wages will be 10 or $12. So you just have to make sure that which city CPA you're working with, and accordingly your pricing should be adjusted.
Sir, one more question from CA Bhavik Shah ji. In case of getting new clients, do we have to approach and tie up with either CPA in USA or we can try directly retail clients in USA?
That's a good question. So there are two practices, as I said. One is B2B and one is B2C. So B2B is you are providing your services to US CPAs or UK chartered accountants. And one is you're approaching directly to the client. When you're approaching directly to the client and serving directly to the client, your responsibility increases, because client is not aware about anything, they are relying directly upon you. So my suggestion is, unless and until you are confident about that, for working in that field for a few years, you cannot go direct. I'll give you my example. uh, we have been doing UK field from 2006, and then we entered into US in 2015. But when we entered into US in 2015, we only served CPAs. But after getting experience from 15 to 18, in 19, we were confident that now we can directly serve the direct clients. And that's where from 19, we started serving directly to the clients, direct clients, that is B2C. So first step is always B2B, because CPA will take care of the loopholes what would have been left, and there is a learning curve. Once you pass through that learning curve, you enter into B2C.
Sir, one question from my side. Uh, we you spoke a lot about US, UK. So any other countries?
Australia.
Any emphasis on Middle East or maybe Australia or any other country where it can be explored?
Yes, I'll say it is all about, which country is hot cake at what point of time. So in 2006 when we started, UK was hot cake. US then became the biggest market. After US, Australia was the much talked market. Canada came in, but because of the immigration rules which they have opened for Indians, and you know that a lot of people are migrating from India to Canada. Immediately, what happened? People, our own people who are there, or Asian people who are there, they are ready to work at throwaway prices there. So now, for minimum few years, Canada is not the market. So US, UK, Australia are very good markets. Australia is picking up very fast. And after that, recently, because Middle East has brought in some VAT, the taxes, and that's where Middle East businesses is growing. So it's all like Sensex, every time you have to be vigilant that what's happening politically and which country is more prone to outsourcing. A few years back when Donald Trump was there, he was not very much in favor of outsourcing, and there were rules which demotivated outsourcing. So you have to keep an eye on the political scenario of the countries. But
So,
yes,
there is a one question from my side also.
yes, sir, Nitish,
Yes.
sir, very
Yeah,
it
yeah.
will be my pleasure to answer you.
Yeah, yeah. So, first of all, my heartiest congratulations. You deliberated in a very well manner.
Thank you,
So,
sir.
the questions which I just wanted to raise, that you talked about this acquisition. So, tentatively, if you can just spell out that what's the range of in monetary aspect, that what amount has to be shelled out to just acquire a firm in UK or for that matter in US.
So, sir, I'll very openly I'll say that the US market ranges between 0.8 to 1.25. So their revenue, so whatever they would say, for example, today I'm going to acquire a farm in US. So what normally they see is multiple of revenue.
Okay.
In US, the standard ranges between zero point 0.8. So at the time of COVID, it was ranging between zero point 0.8 to 1 time. And post COVID, because inflations are also more and the growth is also very fast, they are expecting in the range of 1.2 to 1.25.
Correct.
But we have to see that 1.2, 1.25 we can give to a reasonable EBITDA. We all, because here all the chartered accountants are there, so I can openly speak that unless and until a practice is having 30 to 40% margin, the practice is not practice.
Correct.
Right? So yes, if somebody comes to me and has a 40% margin, they are giving 40% EBITDA, and they are asking for 1.2 times, 1.25 times, I'll be happy to take it if the composition of the firm is correct, is good. Again, be very much careful. If the firm is more loaded towards uh, advisory services than a commoditized service, then that's not for us.
Correct.
Advisory services firm can be acquired by somebody who's sitting in US, who can provide that service. For us, the best part is when they have more commoditized service and at the same time more automation is involved in the business. So these are the aspects which we give points to, and we decide that one time or 1.25, and the maximum what we had given in past is 1.4, but that was a complete automated service form.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
My
So,
pleasure, sir.
Purushottam sir, I would just request you that why not at institute level, what Udayji has suggested, let us create a good pool and let us start purchasing these firms.
Sure. I can raise this question, council.
I'll tell you that Purushottam sir has initiated, or the team with him has initiated a very good thing. Sir, I'm really sorry I'm taking that, and I'm saying this because I heard it in one of the seminars what we did. Institute is coming up with a new course for people to understand what is needed in outsourcing. So teaching them QuickBook and teaching the new upcoming students with new softwares and designing a wonderful course. And I was highly impressed with institutes this step. And when I asked Purushottam sir that what was the motivation behind it, and he rightly said that, Udayji, the motivation is not that we want people only to get into outsourcing, but I don't want my students who are between intermediate and final, who get stuck there, to
Hmm.
feel suffocated. I
Correct.
want them also to have a very good career.
Sir, we are planning to give them training to those dropout students, and we are planning to get a center of excellence where we will give the practical training to the students
And
at
that's where
very nominal rate.
that's where I say that, sir, hats off to you, because
Thank
everybody is not thinking about those students. Everybody is thinking about the vote bank, which is those who are actual chartered accountants. But there are very few people who think about people rightly, and that's why, as I said, we respect Purushottam sir a lot.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Great.
sir.
Sir,
Thanks for bringing
I
that
will
to
just
institute.
add on in this. I guess batch is also launched for
Oh, amazing,
sourcing.
amazing, Abhishek ji,
I don't
amazing.
have exact specific details, but I remember going through such email which asked if people are interested, they can register. Sir, I will
That's
take one last question before we finish this session.
Yeah.
This is a bit on a different side. Question from CA Varsha Godboleji. You have spoken mostly about accepting outsourcing service from abroad. Are there such opportunities available within India, and any guidance on exploring them?
I'll be very honest while answering this question. There are two businesses, as I said, it's outsourcing or offshoring. So when I talk about outsourcing, We are outsourcers. So when we talk about outsourcing, we have a specific contract with the counterpart. So if I want to further outsource, I have to ask the counterpart that I'm giving work outside my own company, because they check lot of data security aspects. So anything going out of my firm, I have to take first permission, and trust me, that will not work for me. But when it is offshoring, say for example, PwC has an office in India which is doing work of PwC, but it's never like that they will be able to capture all the work. I'll give you a very simple example. One very big firm, I cannot name that, had inquired with us that we don't need 10 people because our own team in India is not able to cater to number of hours what we are looking for. So these kind of sub outsourcing is happening from offshoring, but not from outsourcing. So outsourcing to outsourcing is no market, but offshoring to outsourcing, yes, there is a market.
Okay, so other than this, we have many other questions, but being in repetitive nature, I will skip them. Any final closing remarks, sir? Or should
I
I
was want to
just?
thank Stuti Uday sir.
Thank you, sir.
Uh, sure, sir. So I'll thank you very much for sharing so openly. You have shared very great strategies. Some things like acquisition of firm, acquisition of clients, how can we acquire client. You also informed us about many basics, how can we actually start, and being the first-hand experience what you have. So that was a very great learning for us, and it. I hope that this will definitely motivate a few of the speakers from today's seminar to venture in this practice and set up their own firms. So
Thank you,
thank
sir.
you very much, sir. Moving forward, we will move towards our second session for the day. MSMEs, the catalyst of growth for Indian economy. So for second session, our speaker is CA Nitesh Gupta, sir. Nitesh Gupta, sir, has over 2 decades of experience in specializing in auditing and banking, insurance, and finance sector. He has also experience in providing guidance to entrepreneurs about systems and processes in the working of MSMEs. He is a regular faculty member at various forums like ICI, ICSI, LIC, MSME, Agra branch of ICI, etc. So over to you, sir, for your session.
Yeah,
Sir, I'll appraise you about the number of registration. Number of registration has crossed around 565, and in concurrent login we must be having around uh, more than 170 concurrent logins.
yeah.
Over to you.
Thank you so much, Abhishek ji, for this update. And I would rather say that when the chairman of the committee himself is sparing the time, so many times I have seen that chairmans, they come, they just start, they give their welcome address, and with such a seriousness, Purushottam sir is there. So I think this is bound to happen. So at the outset, Purushottam sir, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank you for providing this opportunity. Thanks to Gyan Misraji, the vice chairman of this committee. The co-speaker, Udayji, he spoke in such a good manner. And moderator Abhishek ji, you are chairman of this
Jalgaon branch.
Jalgaon branch. And since I have been chairman, regional council member, and so I just very well understand that
Yes.
what it takes to be the part of the institute, what you are contributing, what Purushottam sir, they all are contributing for the cause of the members, cause of the institute. So hats off to all of you. So just on a lighter note, Purushottam sir, I would just like to start that today I got a message from the committee that you have to deliberate in English.
Yes.
So from
Not, 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 not.
I'm coming especially from Hindi heartland, and I just
Sir,
thought.
the communication should be happen whether medium is not so important. Uh, Hindi is our mother tongues, and the Prime Minister of India is also speaking in Hindi. So why our member who our member is not knowing Hindi?
Correct, sir. Correct. No,
Don't
but
worry,
sir,
whatever
but
is
sir,
happening
today
was.
I just thought that if my mother and father they took a right decision to take me to this convent school, so otherwise it won't have it would be a great problem for me to address this program. So nonetheless, but you have just given a given a good insight of this Hindi also. And second, sir, you see that IPL is going on. And having such a wonderful batting from Udayji, matlab he just was pitching every ball outside the stadium. So now it's my duty that the number of members what Abhishek ji has spoken. So just to have their attention. So what in earlier deliberations, just to get a brief background. So since your also approach, Gyanji's approach, and what Udayji has done. So these are not the traditional areas. What you have spoken, what Gyanji was speaking. So these are not the traditional areas. And when we see that taxation aspect, auditing aspect, so because our members are very much, you can say, concentration is towards these fields only. So that gives a problem. And when ICI is having such an initiative that in several other aspects we can develop our practices. So that's the way where I have been trying to address the issues of MSMEs, and this a presentation I'm having. So I'm just sharing my
Yes,
screen.
please share.
Just a minute for that. So I think my screen is visible to everyone, and Abhishek ji, screen is visible. Just if you can confirm.
No, sir.
I think it is visible to me.
Sir, how it is? If it's visible to you, I think it should be visible to.
I think coverage, overview of MSME registration,
Yeah. This is the screen. This is the screen.
business restructuring. Yeah, that's visible to me. But it's minimized, so you just have to maximize it from somewhere.
Correct. Yeah. I'm just I'm doing. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I guess now it is visible.
Abhishek, you are mute
Uh,
right now. I'm just not able to listen you.
Sir, hello. Uh,
Abhishek ji, I am not able
just
to.
need to like maximize, make it full screen. It is visible now.
Abhishek ji, are you able to listen? You are able to listen me,
Yes, sir.
but I am not able to listen you. What you are saying. My screen is visible right now. Yeah. Thanks you. Thank you so much. So after this session of Udayji, so just because I've taken this the brief background of MSMEs and what opportunities are there available for the chartered accountants. So taking it forward, uh, so the coverage part, what we shall be discussing today, so that will be having a little overview of MSMEs, what the MSMEs today, what we are having there. Then a little about not I will be taking the registration part that but what's the importance of the registration and because we chartered accountants are also MSMEs, so that has to be taken care that that why it is important to get yourself registered. And then this is the consultation. So what all areas as a chartered accountant, because we have to find some non-conventional areas. So what all areas and what we are doing. So my experience I would be sharing that how we are serving our clients who are MSMEs. So in these areas, so this will be towards business restructuring. Then trades is one of the platforms which we'll be discussing. Then SME IPO, MSME Samadhan, PSP 59, and policies of different states. So I will not be speaking on policies because these policies are of majorly of different states are having their own policies. MSME policy like food processing, tourism, textile. So these are their own policies of different states. So accordingly, the members are requested to go through their policies so that accordingly to their MSME clients, they can the policies which are beneficial to their clients, so they can be of use to their clients and they can just guide their clients to get the incentives under these policies. Then certain facts which I would just like to address and
Sir, you can. Am I audible, sir? Nitesh, sir.
I think I am having a message on my chat. So this is like for screen. Abhishek ji, it's going okay now? Yeah, yeah. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So I take this forward. So certain facts just I would like to share. So these facts are like pertaining to the facts, the certain facts, because we all are aware that the MSMEs number, if I speak about, so there are somewhere like 633.9 lakhs MSMEs currently. And this is as per one of the old census of the government. So these are not recently updated, but this is the number what we are having currently. And out of that, the members can see that 99.32% are micro and 0.52 are small and just 0.16 are the medium. So what it contributes, I think this is not that much pertinent that the contribution to GDP exports, these you can, the members can see because at several places this is being mentioned. But my point is just to get the members' attention to this important point that in India, only 0.5% enterprise graduate into small and medium. Whereas in China, it's like 20%, and in developed economies, it's more than 45 to 50%. So this number of just 0.5% graduation from micro to small and small to medium, here is what I just can understand our role is there. So what manner we can just advise our client, the advisory services, what the advisory services we can offer our client to get this number of 0.5% graduation from small to micro to small and small to medium. So this is something where our role as chartered accountant is there. And I will just be speaking on certain aspects that will just bring out that how we can contribute for the growth of our client. So coming forward, this one is that why one should get registered under MSME. So two aspects. We as a chartered accountancy firm, we are all are MSMEs. And if I talk about our clients also, so it's important. So just to get the benefit of the schemes which I have mentioned here. So MSME Samadhan, then trades, GEM, financing from banks, government incentive schemes. So these all are the important areas where until unless you are registered, so this benefits cannot be availed. And one such the which is at point number one, MSME Samadhan. So if I talk about the members of our fraternity also, at the first instance, we are MSME and the Udyam registration, which is currently there for our registration. So whenever I am deliberating in physical or in webinar format,
Hello.
and if I ask about, so
Hello.
several of us are not having this registration. And just a month back or so, we had a good discussion on 43BH also of the Income Tax Act. And that also had very specifically stated that until unless we are registered as MSME, so that section won't be operative. And this is same for all the points which I have mentioned in this slide. So starting from MSME Samadhan to trades and everything. So this MSME Samadhan, so this is a recovery mechanism. So this I will be speaking also. So this I will be speaking, and then so already I have covered this slide, and the next which I am moving. This is towards the important notification. So this notification is pertaining to the reclassification. So suppose I myself is suppose I am a small enterprise in as per the MSME classification, and if I graduate from small to medium, so the benefits which I am availing. So just to take an example, the benefit which is mentioned here at point number 2, delayed payments, which is MSME Samadhan. So MSME Samadhan we will be discussing when the slides will be there. But currently, which I can just inform the respected members that this delayed payment mechanism, recovery mechanism, this is only available for micro and small enterprise members. So this is not available to the medium entities who are categorized medium as per MSME criteria. So this circular speaks that if you are a micro or small category and you graduate from small to medium, still for 3 years from the date when you are graduating, the benefit of the non-tax benefit still they will be available. So it's not necessary that you have graduated, say in 24, or maybe in future you will be graduating. But by taking the benefit of this important circular, suppose you graduate from micro to small in 27. So still for next 3 years, the date from which you have graduated, these benefits, non-tax benefits, which I have mentioned, public procurement policy, collateral-free bank loans, CGT-MSE is a scheme. So under CGT-MSE, only micro and this medium, micro and small category entities are entitled to take benefits. So still when they graduate from small to medium, still for next 3 years, they are entitled to take benefit under these schemes. So this is an important circular which freezes you for next 3 years in the same category where you are for certain non-tax benefits. So here is the starting point, the first part where we were discussing the MSMEs, overview of MSMEs and the registration aspect. Then this is the area where Abhishek ji, I would just like to draw your attention also that this is the area what we have developed, and we are trying to address the issues of MSMEs on this, and what we have with our experience we have drawn that the MSMEs are a single man army. So that single man will be looking after the operations, then sales, and then marketing, R&D. So everything that single person will be doing. So this is how we have just tried to figure out that what are the problems which these MSMEs are facing, and the number which I shared of just 0.5% have graduated. So this is how. Here comes our role that after reviewing their existing businesses, how we can offer our services to the MSME clients to grow their businesses. So just this will be a little bit interesting 8 to 10 slides which will be coming next. So just I would like to draw the attention of the members because there is something the new initiative what we have taken. Certain times it is being told as the part of the internal audit, but specifically we have catered a separate vertical in our fund for this. So just sharing this. So for reviewing the existing business, my first question with the MSME clients and the number of participants, Abhishek ji, what you have told, that is quite a good on this platform right now. So my first question would be starting with this, that this new financial year has started, 24-25 financial year have started. So how many of us have projected that this much will be the revenue for the financial year 24-25. So this is the starting point of our discussion with our client. And 90% of times, because that promoter being maximum times a proprietor, so they are grossly engaged in their operations part. So they are having no time to have discussion on all these aspects. So first point is that what revenue you perceive, and until and unless you figure out that what revenue you intend to get in this particular financial year, or for that matter for the upcoming financial years. So until unless these figures are there with you, you are at first point you are not able to figure out that what manpower you require, what amount of material you require, and most importantly the funds which are needed to get all into the place. So the first point becomes that when you are providing these services, so just start having a broader framework prepared for your client, that what revenue they expect in that current financial year. So this is the business plan pertaining to the financial goals which are to be achieved. So these MSMEs once because myself as a chartered accountant and the members of our fraternity also, if I just figure out this, if I just post this question also, that do we have a website? So our institute has already allowed us to have a website, and this is not a new thing. So when I was in regional council, and earlier to that when I was chairman of this Agra branch, so we took this initiative to have a website of our Agra branch also in the year 11-12. And since then we have been working regularly on the website of our firm. And whenever I am deliberating amongst the members, and again when I just get the hands raised, or I just pose this question that do we have a website? So still after such a long period of time, we just are replying that we don't have a website. So friends, at this important juncture, I would say that the world is here in the technology area, and if we are not having our website, so I don't think that my last speaker, the co-speaker, Udayji, when he said that we have to be present, we have to market ourselves. So until unless whatever marketing mechanism we are having, and we are not approaching towards those marketing mechanism, so how do we feel that how we can just presume that for the matter of MSME client, they will get the business, and for us also, how we can get the client. So just a small story I would like to share, that many a times, not a story, rather our experience, many a times we receive calls from certain clients, Nitesh ji, income tax return bharwana hai. So Nitesh ji is not the particular person to get the income tax return filled in our office. Separate vertical is there, but still I just pose this question that how you got my number. So the reply is that we got your number from the website. So this is how the websites are operative, and this is the informal manner that you are able to get the clients. So having this website becomes of a paramount importance for our clients also, and when you are restructuring their business. So first point is first start with the financial goal, what they have to achieve. Then this is the IT part, and then this is the number of functions which are dependent upon you in your business. So ideally, there are certain business, certain aspects which are there in the business, and I believe that if these aspects, if you ask the question to your client that operations, research and development, finance, sales, HR, marketing, so how many of these are dependent upon you, your client will feel proud in stating the fact कि ये सारे के सारे मेरे ऊपर ही डिपेंडेंट है साहब. So this becomes a problem for MSME, that they are not just getting it understood that they don't have to get involved in every aspect of the business. Certain aspect in initial phases they can take care, but for all these aspects, the business, the day you decide that your product has been accepted by the market, one thing only there should be in your mind, that how this has to be made scalable. And this is the responsibility of the chartered accountants also, when you are guiding your clients more towards how you have to take your sales ahead, how you have to make your bottom line strong. So these all are the areas where you have to guide your client that this is not, this is the mistake what you are performing. You have to frame teams to get all these aspects done, and don't be proud of this thing. So if you are MSME and doing all these aspects, so the level of business which you are having, so minuscule, in a minuscule manner, just that will increase. Otherwise, what you are doing, so that will not lead to much scalability in your business. So this aspect also we try to take care while we are analyzing the businesses of our clients. Then this is succession planning of owner vis-a-vis business. So just I would like to start with a story on this, that what importance this succession planning, and I think Udayji was also a little bit speaking about the succession planning aspect, although that is a advisory for those clients, not a repetitive type of work. But this succession planning, so the story, Abhishek ji, goes this way, that one of my brother-in-law, who currently is in America. So his father is a famous orthopedician here. So his father, who is orthopedician here, so just my slide, I think that little got disturbed. So just
Sir, am I audible now?
so these are the technology driven issues. So okay, so this my brother-in-law, who is there in America, his father is a good orthopedician here in Agra, from where I am hailing. So uncle must be around between 65 to 70 years of age, and suddenly something strange happened, and just in a week's time, he passed away. So renowned doctor, he just passed away. And while I was attending his funeral and other rituals, so this thing came to my mind, that uncle's loss. This doctor who has been part of the society, government has spent money on becoming a doctor and things like that. He has contributed a lot to the society, and all of a sudden he just passes away. This is loss to the nation. This is a loss of resource. And what uncle could have done in his early 50s or late 40s, that at that particular point of time when your career is at the utmost height, so you could have just asked, uncle could have asked another doctor who could have been a young doctor, say, friend, you come there with me, because that is the need of both of them at that particular point of time. Let us join our hands. And by the time I am here, this will be our sharing revenue. My clients would be there. And because at the earlier stage, a professional is looking for the clients. And this happened that all of a sudden, that will not be the situation. And if Dr. Saab would have discussed with the young doctor that for say next 12, 15 years, till the time I am here, this will be the revenue sharing. And after that, I am not here in this world. So this will be the revenue sharing model, and this will be the royalty which you will be passing on to my family. So in that case, the resource would not have got wasted, and uncle's name, which was a renowned name, so entirely that has finished off. So this you can see in majorly the proprietary business, which I just spoken, that 6.33 crores are the MSMEs. More than 99% are the proprietors, for that matter, the micro setups, and they are more or less into this proprietorship. And if I compare this with our fraternity also, so 70% of the members are the proprietary firms. So here is the problem, that we are just not able to understand the gravity of this issue, and we are not giving a thought to the succession planning, that the day when anyone the proprietor having a 15-20 years in the business, all of a sudden if he or she passes away, then that the business, the entire efforts which have been done, they goes into zero. So this is one of the, again, a very wide field, and one can gain a good knowledge and start consultancy. So this is what I have understood, that just a second, just my call is just a second. So this is one of the important aspect that one has to take care, and this succession planning. So this we have integrated with the business restructuring part, what we are offering the consultancies to our client. Then the corporate form of business, that is possible that the individual format you are not able to explore much succession planning, but once you see that your product has gained momentum, and the product has gained market and it's scalable, so immediately you should think of that all these issues, that you are not to have a proprietorship status, how you can explore several other things. So this corporate form of business can only address this succession planning for the business. And for individual, the third point, that is wills and nomination. So many a time, just this a myth which I would like to clear at this point, that nomination we are having in several places, in our bank accounts, in our DP accounts, we are having the demat accounts, we are having nominations. But members would appreciate the fact that nomination just does not solve the purpose of creating a will. Nomination only and only can help the person who is having a role to pass on the estate to the person who are the beneficial owners, the legal heirs. So if nominee is just one of the legal heirs, so they will get the share. But other than that, except for the insurance business, nomination is not operative. So at this point also, we can just our clients to have this wills and things like that, that they have to be focused on this aspect also. Then this is a question that many a times this is being asked to us, and rather we are also guiding our clients that what's the exact time that the will should be executed. So as per our understanding, the first time when you are having even a minuscule level of estate also, so that is the point where a will should be created and it could be revised again and again. So this is also one of the services which we are offering to our MSME clients. Then these are the certain case studies, and the attending members will, this is just for the clarity to the attending members, that how we are involved in the understanding the businesses of our client, and what we are able to figure out. And this, all the members at, as my predecessor was speaking, that we chartered accountants are blessed with, what you say, very intellectuals, we are the intellectuals class of the society. So this business understanding also, we just a little bit time you start spending in understanding the business, and you are able to understand the business. So just 3-4 examples I will be sharing, just to make the things clear, that how we can get on board of the client and start giving their consultancies in getting their revenue and sales aspects enhanced. And friends, you all will appreciate that for getting this compliance work, the level of fees, what we are having, the competition, what we are facing, and if you are able to enhance the top line or bottom line of the client, then very well you can just make a difference, that what the fees you can charge. And I will be sharing one more example that is there in the slides itself, that how we took this activity and we were rewarded in a very handsome manner. So this is the first cases of a publication business. They were like publishing more than 30 to 100 titles, Samajik Gyan, Jeev Vigyan, and for 11th and 12th. And when we started this analysis, so we could just make out that the 95% of the sale is coming just out of 600 titles. So remaining titles, whatever they are publishing, they are not appropriate for the market. When we got this thing brought to the knowledge of the promoter, he said that, Niteshji, this time we will be purchasing the paper of the same amount, but this time that will be used for some good purpose, not for the purpose what we have understood, that that is the redundant what we are doing. So at third point, you can see that publication was only in Hindi medium. So that was the answer to that question, that now they have started a publication in Hindi, English medium also. And the paper has been used for some good purpose. The agents, somewhere around 80 to 100 agents were there, and they were not just appraising their performance also. And we just formed certain SOPs, after which the performance of the agents have also started getting monitored. And this, I can just share that this has all resulted in getting the revenue also enhanced. I think this boutique example I am leaving. The next, because this one is a little bit more interesting and what we are actually involved into currently also. So this is the industrial valve manufacturing business. So while we were analyzing this business, so the promoter said that we are short of funds every time. Orders are in plenty. We are having a good clientele, but orders are in plenty, but we are not having that amount of working capital that is needed. We started talking to the bank. Bank said that already this is the maximum amount of limits because they are not having the collateral security aspect. So we just discussed that the valuation that bank was taking, that was way back of year 20. 3 years they should have got it valued, but they didn't bother to get the same valued. And 20 is the period that when the COVID was there, and that time ridiculously low valuations were given. So for the same property, we got the valuation in a judicious manner. On the same properties, we got the limits enhanced. The present banker, we earlier asked them, they were having this limit at 10.5%. We asked them to reduce to 9.5%. When the sanction came, to our utter surprise, this lender gave us a rate of 11.4%. In the meantime, because this proposal was also getting delayed from the present banker, we were approaching the other banker also. And right now, this other banker came up with a rate of 9.25%. Now there was nothing, no more choice left with the present bankers. And just because I'm just intending to cut the long story short, the present banker now has offered a rate of 9.15%. You start this thing that they gave a rate of 11.14 because you got another banker involved into this and the rate came to 9.15. So this is a huge saving, huge saving. And this cannot be compared with the compliance of GST, or I'm not saying that I am averse to that. But again, we have to look certain aspects, what other than the compliances are there. And this is where the client also don't mind paying, that if the savings are there, so they are also willing to share the revenue with the consultant also. So then we have started having the cash budgets and fortnightly budgets comparison. So these all activities, because the client himself being an MSME, they are not aware at the first instance, and we are also very much involved in compliance part only, audit, taxation, and things like that. So we start focusing on these aspects which can really give a value addition by getting their what do you say, the sales and the bottom line profits enhanced. Client would be very much happy to share the revenue, and we are even planning a SME IPO for this particular client. So I will be sharing more about this when we will be discussing the SME IPO part. So moving forward, I'm just skipping this practical observations, but I think with two examples, I could just give a sense to the members to understand that just if we are focusing on the client's business for a little bit more time, we will be able to address these issues of how to get the systems, teams, the sales, the profits getting enhanced. So these all are the areas where I think we are already there into, but we should, all of us should try to focus if is of interest to the members. So I think how to increase profits, this aspect, I think since slide has been prepared by the team. So just I am sharing the slide. So profitability is the aspect, the first aspect, that budgets, the starting point is that you fix the revenue, the resources you need, start preparing the budgets. Don't just be behind the clients who are not comfortable. The MSMEs who are dealing with the buyers who are not paying them on right time, asking for, so things like that, that can be analyzed. And this one of the important aspect that this research and development activity, this should always be on in the business, the new verticals which you are able to develop, because in that case, you can cross sell your product to your existing clients. Don't do the business which you can outsource, and because the capacity is always limited one, and eliminate the time wasting product. By this I means the example which I have given, that 3200 titles were published and only 600 were getting this 95% sale. So the products which are not building revenue, so that have to be gone out of the system and explore the exports. So what my co-speaker Udayji was speaking, he was entirely on the export part of the services. So this also have to be just explored for your client also. Then this is one of the very important aspect, insurance, the manner it has been sold by the insurance agent. So whenever we receive an insurance call and or someone tries to approach, we are not giving it a due importance. And this I would just again like to share one of my experience also. So here at Agra, where our head office is there, so we are a team of like 35 is the size of the team here at Agra, and for other branches, the teams are at other locations. So for this particular organization, we have framed a policy that the employees, the articles, and everyone, we get them insured. And getting them insured, firstly, motivates them. At least we are thinking for them. And just would like to narrate an instance that our office boy, who was there with us for last 9 years, recently he passed away due to cancer. And we got him insured for 5 lakh rupees. And friends, I can just tell you that this amount of is of paramount importance for that family. So at least uh, at my cost, I am just having the insurance of my office staff who are asset in my case. So we have to very well analyze the businesses of our clients, that what building, plant, machinery, stock, assets, key employees, how they have to be get insured. So this is not like an insurance agent just giving a call for insurance. This is a serious business and one has to understand in that manner only. So this was the aspect which I has taken regarding the business restructuring, and now certain schemes which are prevalent. So some of you must have listened, or some of you must be having this for your clients also. But for those who are not aware, so let me just have a discussion on all these schemes. So trades, just to have a background of trades, let me. This is a like trade receivable discounting system. So this is again for the MSMEs only. Excuse me. So on this particular platform, what happens, just to give a brief background, that there are earlier there used to be 3 participants. Right now there are 4 participants: buyer, seller, financer, and very recently the insurers also have been added on this platform. So how this platform operates, that the seller, when the product is sold out, raises invoice to the buyer. The buyer accept that invoice. In trades terminology, it is factoring unit. You get this factoring unit uploaded on this platform, and the financiers come in between. And currently on several, because prominently three exchanges are doing this. RXIL is one of them, M1 exchange is one of them. Three exchanges which are regulated by the Reserve Bank of India. So they are discounting these the invoices, and the financiers, that number is also not small, that is also exceeding 60. 60 or 50 on several platforms. So they come in between and they provide the invoice is discounted, and the payment is received by the seller. And the insurers very recently they have been added, because it was not like that huge amounts of invoices were rejected. Majorly what I have come out, that more than 80% of the invoices were getting factored. And to get the more momentum, so government was of the view that if we provide insurance to the financiers, so they will be more willing to finance the seller this invoices. So due to that reason, now the insurers are also on this platform. So this is a little brief of trades, and so already I have informed that this is for micro, small and medium enterprises. The corporates and government departments, public sector undertakings, they all can be buyers. And one of my friends who is there on M1 exchange, who is doing this discounting. So just I asked him that how you get the buyers enrolled in your platform. So for M1 exchange, after checking the creditworthiness and credibility, so the factor is that the vintage of the business should be more than 3 years and turnover should be more than 10 crore. So what happens that if I get myself registered on Trades platform and as a buyer, so whosoever are my suppliers, they can get my bills discounted from the financiers. So this is the mechanism of the Trades platform. So insurance already I have informed that because of insurance, the financiers are more willing to get the invoices discounted. So these features are so easy है क्योंकि आप online you can apply. There is no paperwork. Uniform practices are there. Discount, this is competitive and I can just share it with the members that first of all, it's a unsecured type of lending. So no security is needed and the rate of interest many a times it's just near to repo rate, many a times. So, and instances are there that even below repo also, instances are that the invoices have been discounted, but majorly at repo rate and near to 8%, 7.5%, you are able to get your bills discounted. So this is how these are the rates at which your CC limits are also not operating. So if your buyer is there on the platform, so maximum use of this trades has to be done. And to my CA friends, I would just say that you can just analyze your clients and just ask them to get boarding as a buyer on the platform so that your suppliers, they are also able to get their bills discounted. So benefits, I think already very well we can understand that from the point of view of buyer, that 45 days payment under MSMED Act, they are able to, because just in maximum 2 days, the time the this invoice have been raised and accepted by the buyer. So immediately payment can be made in maximum 2 days, and the cash element which would have involved, that can be used by the buyer for certain other good purposes also. Then the benefit to the financiers, the banks, they are able to, this is priority sector lending, so they are able to meet their targets, cross-selling of the products they can do, lower customer acquisition cost for the financiers, and for the seller, they are able to receive the funds immediately, and because bidding is there, so there is a competitive price discovery of the rates and charges, and settlement is in maximum 2 days, and no follow-up with the buyers, and very important that this is without recourse to the seller. And this means that if the buyer is not making the payment, the financier will never ask the seller to make the payment. So this is without recourse to the seller. So these are the statistics which I am sharing, that these platforms are really doing well. And for this, the second one, M1 exchange, the number of buyers which I have shared, 1325, this is now gone to more than 1600 currently. So the numbers are increasing day by day, and this is very well accepted amongst the MSMEs. And a new initiative which has been done by MSME, this M1 exchange, for the first time they have come up with an initiative where two MSMEs can get themselves registered, and you can say that this is that is a type of purchase bill discounting. So your supplier, the buyer will be allocated a limit, and from that limit, with the payment will be made to the supplier. Again, no security needed, unsecured type of funding. For the first time, this initiative has been done. Little bit costly, but we definitely feel that as soon as things will be in place, the cost will also come down for this. Then this is a PSB 59. Some of you must be aware of this, and PSB 59 is a scheme for the business. For MSME loans, Mudra, personal auto, home loans, for all these, this scheme is operative. But because we have gained experience in MSME loans, so how this scheme is operative, that online you have to go to this portal of PSB 59. There you have to just the GSTIN details you will put and if you are not having the GST, then for last 12 months sales manually you can put. But if you are having GST, from the GST portal, the details of your sales will be fetched out. Income tax return in XML format you have to upload, and bank statements from PDF format you have to upload. And again, on this platform, several of the banks will start coming and they will give you that. Suppose Bank of Baroda come and they say that we will offer you 45 lakh rupees. Then Bank of India will came, we will offer you 50 lakh rupees. So this is how the offers from several banks will come. And this is like a sanction is generated. And this sanction you can take to the bank and 95% of times this is accepted and the funding because and moreover the CGT MSE aspect, when you directly talk to the banker, they are a little bit hesitant to offer the funds under CGT MSE. But if you apply through this platform, because they also understand the sanctity of this platform, that several bankers are participating, and if this will be escalated, so this will not be an easy affair. So this PSP 59, again, this is one of the good initiatives that if you are in need of term loan or working capital loan, so whatever you are needing, you can apply on this PSP 59. And loans up to 5 crore rupees can be availed on this PSP 59. Yes, for working capital loans, at least 1 year's income tax return is necessary. And for term loan, 3 years income tax return are necessary. And what I try to say that totally new client who has just initiated the business, they cannot avail the facility. But once just a window of 6 months is you have passed, so you are very well eligible to apply on PSB 59. Then this is again one of the interesting areas. This is SME IPO. So small and medium enterprise, they can raise the funds. This is again which I just spoke to the members in my previous slides, that the example which I quoted regarding the valve industry where we are offering our services, we intend to come up with an IPO. And very recently you can see that a good number of SME IPOs have came. So the history is starting from February 2012 and up to December 23 for this particular year, more than 170 plus IPOs have already been done. And currently 920 plus companies are already listed on this SME exchange. And of these 920 companies, 320s have graduated to the main board exchange. So 15,000 crore the total fund which has been raised up till now, and 2,25,000 crore is the market capitalization in this SME segment. So these are the numbers which definitely will the members will feel that they can advise their clients. And I will just take an example also of this, that how we are doing for our business, so that we will be able to draw more clarity on this. So SME IPO benefits already we can understand that it's not like that interest we have to pay. IPO is equity is there, so no interest is there. Capital you can access. Growth if you get the funds in your business, so that is the judicious and if they are used judiciously, so you can get your business also on a growth trajectory. Wealth creation for the reason that your valuation increases and enhanced visibility. Example I will be taking that recently a spices company got this SME IPO done. So they could in every state they were able to find their channel partners because this they were having a visibility. And being there on the SME platform, that makes you smoother towards migration to the main platform. So what are the eligibility criteria? So you should be a company under 1956 or 2013. The post-issue paid-up capital of the company shall not be more than 25 crores. So whenever the issue comes, your capital should not be of more than this amount. Otherwise, you will be shifted to, you have to be on the main board. then the operating profit that should be for at least through 2 years out of the last 3 years, and no material regulatory or disciplinary action must have been taken against the company. So these are the very simple criterias as compared to main board criteria. So these are the criterias. So before starting this MSME Samadhan, so certain points, because we are working for this SMA IPO for one of our clients. So just to get the numbers in place, the client is having a turnover of nearly 30 crore rupees and profit after tax, because this is a good profitable business. So that is near to 15%. So 4.5 crores is the net profit after tax what they are having into their business. And for this net profit, when we were discussing with the merchant bankers, they were willing to give a valuation of 10 over this. So that comes to 45 crores is the valuation which they intend to offer to the company. Minimum 25% has to be diluted. So if 25% dilution is there, so this company can raise near to 11 crore of rupees. And with this 11 crore of rupees, this expansion can be done. And again, in a window of say next 2 to 3 years, again they can come up with the IPO. So this is a fantastic way of raising the capital if you are about a certain size, which I just shared it with the respected members. So after this SME IPO, this MSME Samadhan, this is a recovery mechanism for MSMEs, because the government wanted that MSMEs should not be behind post and pillar to the courts, or for that matter, the payments they should be realized in fastest manner. So if there are erring buyers, to get the recovery from them, this MSME Samadhan platform is there. So the site is samadhan.msme.gov.in. So just a background of this, in every state, there is a facilitation council, and in several states, like I am from Uttar Pradesh, so at commissionerate level, we are having the facilitation council. In Agra, we are having, at Lucknow, we are having, at Bareilly, we are having. So this facilitation council, you can understand that in section 15 to 24 of the MSMED Act, already this council have been specified. And whenever a recovery issue is there from a buyer, from a seller is not able to recover the amount as per the MSMED Act provisions, they can make use of this platform. At first instance, online you can file your application. Very simple application, the purchase detail, the buyer detail, and everything you have to fill out. And 15 days time is given to the, this is immediately notified to the email ID of the buyer also, that a complaint has been raised. And 15 days time is given to get the issue resolved. If the buyer chooses not to get the issue resolved, you can now file a complaint. So complaint procedure I am not aware that in any of the facilitation council, so this has to be in physical format only. So the documents have to be filed in physical format. There is a fees part also, according to the size of the dispute claim which you are filing. So that the entire file you can forward, and the date is given. And first part, by way of conciliation, the council tries to settle the matter. If the conciliation fails, and if the buyer is not willing to come to the conciliation, then this is the arbitration part, by which an arbitral order is given, and that is after that execution, the amount can be recovered. So I will say that awareness is gathering. Buyers also are now feeling that there is a mechanism by which the recovery is there. Day by day, the number of cases are also increasing, which as soon as because that awareness, as and when the awareness, because that is growing, so due to which, if any of these issues are there, so that is escalated to this Samadhan platform. And the percentage success, which as per my criteria, I was just figuring it out. So that is not less than 25% for this conciliation part. So if any issue is there, so one can file a complaint on this, and only the micro and small enterprises can file application on this MSME Samadhan. The medium enterprises cannot file. And certain important points which one has to take care while filing the complaint: if possible, have your invoices accepted from your buyer. So in normal course of business, get your invoices accepted from the buyer. your Udyam registration, which is a very key document while you are filing your case. So your Udyam should have description. If you are dealing in two activities, have both the activities described on your Udyam. And this is again, I would say, a serious business to have proper Udyam. Then traders are not allowed to take benefit of this platform. Debts which are time barred. 3 years old, you cannot have this on this platform. And most important, the dispute which is arising, that should be earlier to your Udyam registration. Meaning thereby that your Udyam registration, the amount of which you want to claim, so that should, your Udyam registration should be earlier to that. Otherwise, that case will not be accepted. So this was the aspect on MSME Samadhan, and this was all from my side, because this is Abhishek ji, just always a one-way communication. So I think the time which was allocated to me, I was able to just finish in that time only. So thank you so much to all the participants for listening to my views.
Sir, can you please confirm me once if
Abhishek
I'm
ji, sorry,
audible?
I'm just not able to. I don't know from where this. Good thing is that at least I was able to. My voice was audible, but I'm just not able to listen you at all. I don't know where this problem is. My mic and everything is, but I'm able to see that you are not muted also, but I'm just not able to listen you. What's the problem? Just I am not able to figure out. If you
Can
are
anyone else?
speaking, also, I'm just able to see that your lips are there, but
Can someone from
so
tech
how we
support
can,
please?
if the team can help to get these questions, if I am not able to,
Wait, sir.
earlier to
Let
you, I was just able to listen Udayji also and Purushottam sir also, but
wait, sir.
Vijayji,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
if you are having the questions and I am able to listen to you, I will just try to address all the questions.
Uh, am I audible, sir? Can you confirm me? Shrey, sir.
You are audible to me. I don't know why you are not audible to
Okay.
Nitesh.
Uh, can you
All the
ask Nitesh sir to stop screen sharing maybe after that, because from the time
Sir,
he started
Nitesh,
screen
sir, can
sharing,
you please stop screen sharing?
I think sir you are also not audible to him.
Nitesh, sir. Hello.
No sir, I guess from the time he started
Hello,
screen
Nitesh,
sharing.
Abhishek ji,
sir.
just allow me, just if I am able to fix at my end, just allow me for a minute. Just allow me.
Yes sir,
Okay.
please sir. Shrey sir, meanwhile, there's one question that will these webinars will be available as a recording? So can they be viewed again?
Yes, they will be available on the ICI TV, on the
Uh,
ICI.tv.
okay, so SR Totla sir has asked this question. I guess sir, your question is answered. These webinars will be available, so you can view them again as per your convenience. I guess.
अभिषेक जी, मैंने फिर से फिक्स करने का कोशिश किया है. मतलब if you can just speak out if I am able to listen you.
Nitesh sir, yeah,
नहीं आ
hello
रहा,
sir.
नहीं आ रहा.
No.
Hear him?
Abhishek ji, I was just saying that I will be just completely logging out, and once again, just in immediately I will be just entering now. Immediately I am
Okay.
entering. Uh, Abhishek ji, if you are able to listen me, if you
Sir,
can,
yes, yes, I'm very much able to. Am I audible, sir? Am I audible, sir?
yeah, it's not. I don't know what's
Uh,
the technical
Hello?
issue.
Abhishek sir, you are audible to me. I don't know why. What
Yes,
is
sir.
the
Even
issue?
in sir, even in question we got, I have got a reply that I am audible. So, how should we go about this question answer session? Because there are two, three good questions. So, otherwise, I think we are already past the time. I think we will try once again. If not, I'll like to answer. There was one question regarding this PPT material. So this PPT material will be shared on the email ID of the members. So the email ID which you have used at the time of filling the form at the time of registration, you will receive this PPT on that. But I guess he has not. Because there has not been joined. So uh, yeah, Nitesh sir is back. Sir, am I audible now? Nitesh sir.
Wait, I think he's correcting his mic. Just a minute.
अभिषेक जी, if you are able to listen me,
Yes, sir. Perfectly.
हाँ मैंने मोबाइल से ज्वाइन कर लिया है, so I think now questions I can answer the questions.
Okay, so first question will be the basic skills or any specific qualification related to enter in SME IPO practice.
So not at all, no specific. Just you have to understand your business of your client. If you are able to just perceive that that business is a scalable one, and so that no specifically, just the eligibility criteria is already I have informed. Just get in touch with a merchant banker, and they will just guide you.
Okay, sir. One more question is regarding the trades platform. Is that platform also available to service providers or restricted to goods only?
Service providers. I don't think that service providers must be malab, exactly. This is specifically for SMEs for manufacturing, but I think there is no specific exclusion that why the service provider cannot be there. But again, what I feel that service providers must not be in a good number, so that must not be a very well accepted type of thing there.
Okay. Sir, that's it from the question answer side. We had only two other questions are either in repetitive nature or which are not relevant
If
for the
one or
session.
two, if you want, because this was a issue, something like so. If
Yes, sir.
one or two question you would like to raise.
Mm, Sir, again, there is question on SME IPO, how professionals from Tier 2, Tier 3 cities can enter formally into this
So
area and find
again,
opportunity.
Abhishek ji, just I would say that you have to wait. So for that matter, as tier two, tier city is not that important point. Point is that whatever mechanism I am coming from Agra. I am coming from Agra. Agra, matlab you are from Jalgaon, I am from Agra. So these are not in any case tier one city. But when you are regularly speaking in seminars, writing your articles, putting your blogs, so that definitely gives make the client aware that you are into this particular type of domain, and you will be asked for that particular type of service.
Okay, sir. Sir, one
So
more
anything
question.
else is there, Abhishek ji, I would be happy to answer, and that my mail ID is already there with the committee. So if any of the respected members, if they intend to raise any questions, so I would be happy to answer.
Okay, sir, one last question.
Correct.
Is service provider covered under trades? If you can,
So this
for transportation, specifically transportation service. Uh,
So, see, we haven't come across a case for service provider manufacturers. We are having our clients who are, but again, the point is that doesn't make. See, what is the point that out of 1,600 buyers who are there, if your invoice is there, your accepted invoice is there, you have already provided your services. You raise your invoice if the buyer accepts that. Definitely, that can also be financed.
okay.
This is
I think, sir, some.
this is the thing. This is the thing which will come by making it done on that platform.
Okay. Sir, someone has messaged that service provider like transportation is covered. So I guess
Chali, great, great. So
maybe they might
thank you,
be having that experience.
thank you
So,
so much. Thank you for
sir,
making it available.
with this, I think we should move towards concluding this session as already we are at 6:15.
Yeah.
Sir, I would like to thank you for this wonderful session. In very short span of time, you have covered multiple points like marketing, forecasting, succession planning, trades platform, PSB 59 portal, SME IPO, and MSME Samadhan. If I have summarized it correctly, this was a wonderful session. You have given areas of practice, areas which generally are being ignored or are the upcoming areas rather we should say. So I think members at large will take benefit of this session. And thank you very much for your valuable time, sir.
Abhishek ji, IPL is going on, so one have to be very fast right now, no? So every ball has to be hit out.
Okay, definitely, sir. One more you have given. So with this, I think we have come to the conclusion of today's session, and we can end this mission. I will like to thank all the members for their valuable time and joining this session. I hope you had a happy learning experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
This is the Abhishek Kothari signing off.
Thank you, Nitesh sir.
There was a query regarding some members wanted email ID of Uday sir. So I'll just share my screen. I have typed the ID. If someone wants, they can please move the ID. Sir, if you can confirm if email ID is visible. Okay, thank you, sir.
Nitesh sir, thank you for insightful session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Uday ji. Matlab, your session was. I will be in connect with you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be in touch.
And please, and I am also inviting you to visit Agra sometime.
Thank you so much, sir. I was
अभी
there in March, but I'll
अच्छा
visit soon.
अच्छा अरे वाह तो but since Ahmedabad we are having one of our branch offices if I am coming there तो मैं जरूर आऊंगा आपसे मिलने के
That
लिए
will be amazing.
yeah so
Thank you, sir.
Sir, as
Thank you so
sir,
much.
thank you
sir, as
thank you
chairman
so
of
much.
Jalgaon branch, I'll like to invite both of you to Jalgaon.
yeah
I'll
thank you
definitely try to arrange the session, and maybe physically session numbers can have better learning.
नहीं चलिए
Abhishek,
so
most welcome to our office here in Ahmedabad.
So Uday ji, because and Abhishek ji, since you were there, so ये थोड़ा सा technical जो glitch आ गया था. So I don't know, मतलब was that
I
मतलब
was
end में?
throughout the session, I was able to hear you and I was able to see your screen.
अरे वाह, अरे वाह.
Same here, sir.
So and मतलब that was clarity also, na Uday ji?
Yes,
It was
definitely.
going smooth and nice. Yeah.
Really great. So we'll be in touch, Uday ji and Abhishek ji, and just
It was
looking
fun.
forward to meet both of you at earliest.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Thank
think we
you.
can disconnect now.
We can leave it now. We can
Yeah.
leave the
Yes.
session.
We can leave. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you
sir.
so much.
Thank you. Thank you all. We'll be in
Yeah.
touch.
Thank you. Bye. Yes.
Recording stopped.